Hey guys, Drake Courage here, and today I'm back in another video. I'm doing a little, like, remaking of my controller. Here's my PS5 controller. I have a PS5 if you've seen some of my YouTube shorts. So yeah, this is a pretty cool, controller and all, but I got some things from a brand called Extremerate, and I'm here to modify my controller. And, what I'm gonna first do is I have these two boxes to do a little thing on. So I'm gonna do the faceplate and the shell cover. So here for my faceplate, what I got is like this nice New Hope gray. It comes with all of this and stuff, which is cool. And then yeah, like this is the box and all, pretty cool. And then I got my front shell cover, played different. Here it is. It's a nice blue. I thought the nice, like, light gray would go nice with the blue. So I got that. More screws and a plier and all that. Well, not a plier, but, I don't know what it's called. And this one I had to cover. Anyways, we're going to be adding those to my PS5 controller. So let me get them out the box. There's the faceplate that we're going to be changing. And these are the, I think, like, the Joy-Con, like, not the Joy-Con, the joystick, protectors or something. And then here we got the nice blue with its padding. And then here we got this part. And then we got two clear parts for the touchpad with the blue. Such a nice blue. Very nice blue. I forgot these are called the anti-friction rings. So yeah, we got the touchpad and all that good stuff. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be putting most of this together. So let's get started. So we have this little, like, it's like a little, like, I don't know what to call it, like a wedge. So you can wedge into, like, the cracks and crevices and remove some of the plates and stuff. Look, I'll show you. So you first want to start off with the bumpers back here. And you want to just wedge that piece in there. And just like that. Don't lose the piece, though. Okay? Don't lose that piece, though. So, like, I just, like, detached it. You want to do that again. Make sure it doesn't fly out, though. Okay, it still flew out. Anyways, but yes, once you got those, you'll see something like this. Unless yours is like a different controller. There's BDM10, BDM20, and BDM30. So those are all the ones you have to look out for. You just kind of want to grab this little wedge and kind of just unwedge these little parts over here. Right here, let me show you. And this, the Extremerate controller boxes come with, like, all the screws and stuff you'll need. Yeah, and I like personally customizing my controller, so there you go. Got that out the way. And you want to keep that out the way. I'll put on the New Hope one later. But for right now, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have all the things in place. Now you have this. Okay, so now it comes with, like, screws and everything already included. And what you want to do with that? So there'll be screws right here, here, and then there'll be screws all the way in, like, here and here, and that will be all the screws you need to unscrew. So let's start with the back here. Let me unscrew these real quick. So there we go. Now we have all the screws taken out the PS5 controller. So now we kind of just want to pull it apart. Let me get my little wedge tool here real quick to see if I can. Yeah, there we go. It's a little dirty in these areas, so maybe I should have cleaned it more. You really can just pry it with your fingers, to be 100% honest. And then there's, like, these little clips right here that you want to make sure to unclip too. So I'll just unclip those. That one's unclipped. That one should be unclipped. And then you just kind of want to pry it apart real quick. Takes some strength, but soon enough you'll be able to get this plate off. And I just had to wiggle in. I just had to, like, wiggle in those cracks for a little bit. And this is what you'll see. the controller. This is like the battery. This has like all the little tiny wires and ribbons and just everything. So what you want to first do is, you see these little screws like here and here. You want to unscrew them so you can get to the front shell, because we're not doing any of this. We're going to the front shell, bypassing all of this. You want to take the battery out. So there's like a little cable right there. You just want to pull this little cable out with the battery. Once you unplug the battery, which was, yeah, it takes a little bit of strength. You want to set it somewhere where you won't forget it, okay? That is something important. Just make sure you don't forget where you put all your pieces and everything. So now there's a little screw right here that we have to unscrew. So let's do that. Unscrew this little screw. And whenever you rescrew these back, you never want to, screw too tight. You just want to just enough, So then this plate will come off. Take the screw out real quick. Now, you want to be very careful because you got to undo this little ribbon. So be very careful with undoing this little ribbon. Let me undo it. And you don't really have to undo the ribbon. You just want to make sure this little piece right here is just out of the way so you can take this piece off. Now what you want to do is, now you want to undo some ribbons, okay? This is when you want to undo this ribbon right here. So you're going to just shimmy on in here and undo the ribbon. Boom. Once you undo it, that's all you need to do. So next, you want to undo this ribbon over here. So next you want to do this ribbon over here and this ribbon right here. So you undo all those, and you want to undo this ribbon up top. This one is the one that might take a little bit of trying. So let me undo that ribbon real quick. I would recommend tweezers. That's what I used. And then I am just going to take like all of this out. 30 controller, so it is a little different on how to do it, but it's just easy. They made it to where you can just slide this off, and this is what you get. Now, you want to take off this little film here. We'll take off the little film at first. We'll take that off. Set it somewhere where you'll remember, and then now just take out all the little buttons. See? The little buttons. Just want to take all of these out. Let me get them out real quick. Same for the other side. Now, in this video, I also will be replacing my buttons. I have my buttons right over here in this nice little Extremerate kit, so I will be replacing my buttons, but I mean, it really depends what you guys have. That's not mandatory, but it's what I'm going to do, so yeah. And then for the touchpad, you just kind of want to shimmy it out. Takes, not all precise. Oh, and then here's the home buttons. I'm also going to be taking those out. So there's the plate. Here's the little menu buttons. Taking those out as well. Now what you want to do is you want to take out this little, plate right here. I have, tweezers. Not very good ones, but they are tweezers. So you just kind of want to work your way in there and just kind of get this out. So I got it loose, and you just got to kind of, shimmy your way in there and unloosen it by, wiggling it back and forth and really just getting all that out. The anti-friction rings, they can just stay on there because you're going to be putting a new one on the other faceplate if you're changing all of those out at once like I am. And once you have it in this condition, what you want to do next is you want to go down here and take out this little ribbon real quick. So see that little ribbon? You want to make its way through and take it out. So let me do that real quick. You want to be extremely careful when removing this ribbon. I removed it this way, so it was easier and it could just slip right out. And yeah. So just place this ribbon to the side and don't forget where it is. These parts are very small. You want to be very careful. Now you want to take out this little button right here and all of its little add-ons to it. So here it is, a little mute button or whatever it's called. And then the PlayStation button, you also just want to remove that real quick. Remember, don't lose all these little tiny pieces because it can be very easy to. And then you don't need this anymore unless you want the anti-friction rings, which I'll just leave on here because I'll put this in the box somewhere. And then boom, you don't have this anymore. Good. Now time to put all that stuff on to the brand new faceplates. Okay, got everything set up. What you want to start with is this little boy right over here. And you want to place it in just as such, kind of an arrow, kind of show you how to place it in. You want to make sure it really goes down it fits all the little pegs and everything. You want to make sure, so let me just make sure that's really in. Once you know for sure that that is in, like it's really like sealed and everything is really good, you want to move on the mute or mic button or whatever it's called, and you want to put it down here. It just clips in perfectly. And then I want to get the little ribbon from earlier. Be very careful with this ribbon and insert it back into the controller where it was. You want to fit it in just like that. You want to have the little ribbon go through the new little hole and just slip on through. Don't mess with this much because it will slide out. So just, don't mess with that one as much as possible and slide that one in. And then that little ribbon, you want to start placing the buttons back. Now I got new buttons, so if you don't have new buttons, just skip this part. I'll show probably a little skip thing on this. Anyways, I got these nice purple buttons, which are very nice looking to me. So I'll start to put them back in their order. Look, they don't have little things, so all I gotta do is just place these back in. You gotta figure out which one goes where. Hold up. This one should go right there. Let me get the other two. There we go. And then the last button, just slide in right there. There's your buttons. They'll have little spots they slide in. Then get your D-pad, slide that in. So you want to do it with this little pointy part pointing outwards and going into the controller like that. So what everything should look like, I'm going to show you. If you have people who are changing their buttons too, this is what it should look like. Now, I think we have the little rubbery parts for the D-pad and buttons. So, yeah. So you want to get them down in position and just kind of press them back into place. Make sure they fit in the exact spot they were when you took them off last time. Once those are firmly pressed on, everything's here, everything is accounted for, you want to add the PlayStation button, the little PlayStation button, and then add its little rubbery spots. And you're set for this for right now. Then you want to get your little touchpad thing here. You want to unscrew this screw. So let me unscrew this screw real quick. I'll take this off. So now that you have that unscrewed, you want to get the little wedge and go to a side and just pop it out. I would go to both sides if I were you. Just really get in there. Just pop it out. There we go. Make sure the ribbon doesn't get stuck. And you will seem to be pretty good. Now what you want to do is take this ribbon out. So just slides back and forth. Now what you want to do, you want to get like a blow dryer or anything you have and heat up this motherboard until you can pry it open. So I'm about to do that. Once you get it hot enough, you got to get it pretty decently hot. You can take this off. And it takes a little bit of prying, but not too much, So a little motherboard. Now, put this over here. You want to grab the brand new piece that you want it to, and it still has like a sticky adhesive to it. So then you want to line it up with the new plate perfectly, I might add. Let me line this up perfectly. Okay, it's perfect. And then you just want to push it down. Push all of the things down. Push everything. Motherboard, everything, because it still has that sticky adhesive. You just want to push everything down. And you're pretty much good. So now, you want to go back to this part, which we haven't been missing for a while. And before we do that, let's add this ribbon back. You want to grab this new plate and place them into this little area like you would the kit. So you got this little part. Now what you want to do is you want to put those clear pieces right here, that one right down there, and the top one like over. Now let's get back to this part. Anyways, we're back to this part. Now you want to screw back in both of the holes with both of the screws from the previous time you unscrewed it. So let me just do that real quick. Now remember, when screwing these back in, you don't want to be too tight. You just want to get it to be just enough. You also don't want to be too loose. You got to get that perfect like center, that perfect, you know, middle man, you know. Boom, you have your little piece right here. It's a little button. Next, you want to go back to this, and what you want to do is you want to add this to your new thing, to your new controller. So let's just click this in. Let's get all the pieces aligned. Make sure that this goes in. There's a nice little firm and nice click, and boom, now you got a little button. And it should be looking somewhat like this right now. Dude, I like that color. I like the purple and the blue together. I just think it goes together really good. Now you want to get your whole controller and kind of place it back. But before I do that, I'm also going to change out my Joy-Cons. So if you're not changing out your Joy-Cons, skip till, you know, the time I put on the screen. You just want to pop the Joy-Cons. I meant the joysticks, not Joy-Cons, my bad. The joysticks right out of their little slots and just set them aside. Now, if you got Extremerate, you would have this little nice and tidy bag with more with more of the essentials, which I will be saving for further moments. Anyways, I have a nice purple joysticks over here that I'm trading out for the black ones. And these are your little, if you have strict stick drift or anything, you could replace these by like soldering those. And mine make an annoying noise, like hear it? It's a sort of a annoying sound, but that's just the spring at the bottom having a tough time. I don't have stick drift or anything. And yeah, I don't have stick drift, but the spring at the bottom just makes that click. These aren't too complex, and that is practically it. You know, not too much. Now you want to put it in the new shell of yours. So now let me just do that. Everything should be sliding in properly, except for you got to be careful. This ribbon right here. Now everything should be sliding in all nice and dandy. Everything should be clicking in, lining up. Boom, 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 boom. Let me make sure everything's fully in. Now you want to reattach this ribbon. Slide that one in. Want to put in these ribbons next. Slide that one in. This one next. Slide that in. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to put these ribbons. You want to put this ribbon back in. Let me just... Boom. You don't want to get these to fall off because that's not a good thing. Now you want to screw back in the two screws on these sides, one right here and one right here. So let me get those screws and let me screw them in real quick. I'm not going to take up your guys' time. And don't force the screws. They don't go in. They don't go like all that way in, you know. So don't force the screws too much. Everything is pretty much in. I screw those two things in. Now, before we move on any further, I still have the triggers to replace. So let me do that real quick. What you want to do is you want to unscrew this screw right here. And you want to unscrew this screw right here. Then you want to unscrew this one. And then for the last one, you want to unscrew this screw right down here. You just kind of want to unscrew all the screws in this whole area. Now, once you get all those screws fully unscrewed, you want to, the whole thing is going to be a little loose, but you want to take this piece off. It just unclicks, and this little piece you want to make sure you keep track of. Now you'll have this. This is what you'll have with your trigger. Now what you want to do is there's a little part right here that you kind of want to shimmy out. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's that. So I'll put that over there. And then there should be a little pin over here that you just want to, let me show you. There's a little pin right there. Just kind of want to take it out. It takes a lot to get it out, but that's what it looks like. I have a variety of tweezers to just try to get that thing out. It took me a while, and my finger has a permanent indent, and it hurts. So now what you want to do is now you should be able to take the little joystick out, and then you want to yeah, you just want to set this aside. Just set it aside. Now, you get your joystick, joystick. Ugh, sorry. I've been doing this for a while. Now you get your trigger, your right trigger, and you want to put it in the position that the trigger was just in. And now you want to put this little pin back in. Wasn't that difficult, and now it works like a dream. So now you want to put the little plate back on, put all the things back on. First, you want to get this part right here, this orientation, and place it right back in there. You want the gears to line up. That's what makes the trigger all cool whenever you're shooting in gun games. And then you want to take this part and then put it back to where it was, like so. It's got to fiddle with it. Now, I say that a lot, but it's really a key thing, guys. If you're going to do this, you just got to, like, do it on your own pace and just keep trying. If it doesn't seem like it fits, then I wouldn't push it too far. But you just got to fiddle with it. If it seems like it fits, it probably does, and it's probably good. So let me just put the screws, all 3 screws back in to where they were before. No, here, here, and here, and here. There's 4 of them, not 3. I'll do that real quick. Once you get all those screws back in, all 4 of those, repeat it on the other side. Unscrew all the screws, take out the pin, replace the trigger, put all the screws in. So let me do everything I did on this side, back on this side, and then I'll meet back with you. Now that I did this side, and they both sound pretty good, and everything seeming to be pretty good, you can put the back on now. So you can just get the back you previously had and put it on, and screw everything back in. But I got this back 4-button back remappable button Extremerate rise back. So this is what I'm going to be putting on, and I'm going to solder tomorrow. Let me get it out the plastic real quick. This is the back that I got, and it's going to have the remappable buttons, but I'm just going to put this on right now, just for right now, and tomorrow I'm going to put on the back buttons and start soldering it. So let me just put this back on just for right now, and then we can go about closing this baby back up. So what you're going to do now is you want to get the little panel for the battery, and you want to place it as so. Get everything lined up, and yeah. Once you have it like this, you want to screw back this hole. So let me get a screw. Then what you want to do is you want to get this little camera thing or mic audio thing down here. You just kind of want to slide it into that little hole right down there. You want to slide that little ribbon down there. So let me do that real quick. Takes precision. Okay, it doesn't take that much precision. It wasn't too difficult. Just had to do it off camera so I could like really lean in and look at it. And then you want to get the battery. And once you have the battery, you want to plug the battery in. Plug that in, wrap it around that, slide it in, and it seems to be pretty good and dandy. Make sure that all the cords are not in the way. Everything is all fine and dandy. Now you want to add on the back of the controller and just rearrange it to where it fits right back in with the controller. Let me do that real quick. Once you fully like secure the controller and everything's good, well, first you want to screw the screws in. So let me get some of the screws. And you want to put them back in. You want to screw the controller back to its front shell. Let me screw the other side. don't forget to screw all these in. Now, once you got the little screw screwed in and everything in place and just in the right order, make sure everything is like fitted and everything. You want to get your faceplate and want to put the little points in first and then slide it in. Make sure everything is fully clipped in. When it is, there it is. There we go. You want to put the bumpers on next. And you just want to plug them in. It's like you're about to click the button. There we go, and there you got your brand new PS5 controller. I'm going to add the back on. Just wait for part 2 where I'll add the little back buttons on. But for right now, this is my new PS5 controller. Thank you guys for watching. Leave and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.